And then slowly settle in, find your breath. Notice the opening across your chest. If you have your playlist close by, you can start to play the first song. And then notice the gentle opening across the chest. Notice the breath moving a little bit deeper. And just arrive to your practice. And also arrive to this new cycle. The beginning of spring started on Saturday. Spring is a time of growth. So in order to nourish and foster growth, we need to nourish ourselves and the seeds within. Growth cannot be forced. And spring is such a beautiful time when we see in nature depending what the outer circumstances are with the weather and the soil. The growth may be a little bit slower or a little bit faster. And just notice how the breath is slowly getting a little bit deeper. And then you can move your feet together and open the knees wide, coming into butterfly pose. If it's okay for your shoulders and for your neck, you can reach the arms overhead. Careful for the lower back. If that's too much for the lower back, you can move the knees back together or the arms by your sides. Just breathing deeply, feeling the opening across the chest, opening yourself up. Take 3 more breaths here. Take a deep, deep inhale through the nose one more time. And then release through the mouth, moving the knees back together. Move the hands close to you and then slowly roll over to one side and slowly come up into a comfortable seat. You can either take a cushion or you can just move that blanket, that package of your blanket underneath your sit bones to coming into a easy pose. And notice maybe the more space you feel in your upper body. Notice how you can already feel more length. Take a deep inhale and exhale. Reach the arms all the way overhead. And then hold opposite elbows. Careful for the lower back. Draw the belly in and up. And then move the elbows back a little bit, opening the chest. Move the chin towards the chest to open up into the neck. Breathing deeply. Relax those shoulders. Inhaling. And exhale. Notice the space. Be gentle with the shoulders, but feel the opening the heart, opening the chest. Try to lift the sternum even higher at the same time with chin tucks. Feel the lifting in your side body. Inhaling. Exhale. Release the elbows, reach the arms all the way up, and then you reach one arm a little bit higher, and then the other arm a little bit higher. And you notice that side stretch here. Reaching up, inhaling. Exhale over to the other side. Keep reaching, keep lifting. And then both hands reach up, relax the shoulders down, move the arms back a little bit so you really find that opening. And energize your arms, energize your fingers, move those arms back. Feel the opening into the shoulders, slide the shoulder blades back and down, draw the belly in and up. Breathe, inhale, maybe look forward and up a little bit. And then on the exhale, release the hands to the back. Interlace your fingers, notice the length and the connection with the sit bones. Move the arms back a little bit, the elbows are soft. You just open the chest and the heart center. And then you can move your arms a little bit from one side and then to the other side, noticing the twist, noticing the opening up. And then come back to center. And the exhale, you release. You reach the arms all the way forward, interlace your fingers, palms forward, and you press forward and you get nice and round, counter stretch. Notice, look down towards the belly, breathing in and out. Inhale, lift the arms all the way up, move the arms back again, open the chest, stay connected with the sit bones. Exhale, arms forward, round, feeling into the spine. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, round. One more in. And exhale. And then reach all the way up. And then you release the fingers, reaching up again. And then right hand onto the side. And you reach the left arm up and over. Slide the shoulder blades back and away from the ears. And then crossing over, coming into twist here. Stretching your back. Left hand is now towards the right hand. Inhale, you reach the left arm all the way up, opening the chest, finding an open twist here. And rotate over to the other side, twist. Exhale, left hand to the right. Two more times. Inhale, opening up. Cross it over on the exhale. One more, inhale. Also like a wing, right? Like you're flying. And cross it over, exhale. And inhale, reach the arms all the way up, reach up. Notice how you have more length in your side body than 5 minutes ago. Release over to the other side. Opening up here a little bit, inhale. Cross it over on the exhale. Notice the twisting, notice the stretching across the back. Inhale, lift up, reach up, open up that wing. And cross it over, exhale. Two more, in. And exhale. One more, inhale. And exhale. And then all the way up. On the inhale, you lift up. Hands together, heart center on the exhale. Close your eyes, connect your fingertips, relax the shoulders, and lift up from your rib cage. Notice the space. Inhale one more time here. And then slowly, slowly release over your knees. You can remove the blanket to the side. And then slowly you make your way into a down dog. Take your time. Breathing into your legs, walking it out, noticing the hips, noticing how the hamstring feel. Notice how your calf, the lower legs, your ankles feel. Breathing into the shoulders. So remember to open the space between the shoulder blades. So you move your elbows back. So the elbows point back. The inside of your elbows points almost a little bit forward. So imagine you can rotate your shoulders, that the armpits move towards the heart. And then you have that space between the shoulder blades. Find stillness in your down dog now. Make sure your feet are about hip width apart. Spread those fingers, bend the knees, lift the hips high. Notice the strengthening here. Inhale, exhaling. On the next inhale, you lower the knees down onto the mat. You keep the hands and the toes where they are. You lower the belly, you look forward. Roll the shoulders back, coming into cow pose here. On the exhale, you lift back and up into down dog. Inhale, lower the knees down, lower the belly, arch the back, cow pose. Down dog, exhale. 2 more times, inhaling. And exhale. 1 more in. And exhale. Breathing deeply in your down dog. Inhale. Soften the knees, step or walk forward, forward fold. Halfway lift. Inhale, fingertips onto the shins, lengthen the back body. Also feet are hip width apart. Fold on the exhale. Halfway lift. Inhale, fingertips on the shins. Press yourself into the lengthening. Fold on the exhale. Spread those toes. Your feet are parallel. Inhale, halfway lift. Fold on the exhale. Micro bend your knees even more. So you maybe even bend more than micro bending. Fingertips onto the mat and you walk your hands over to the right side. Fold a little bit deeper over the right. Just noticing a little bit of a different stretch in your legs, and then move your hands over to the center and to the left side. Folding a little bit deeper, noticing the opening. Back to center, forward fold. Hold opposite elbows here. Allow your elbows to be heavy. Imagine you have weights on your elbows. Keep those knees bending. Move the elbows forward a little bit to frame your head. Feel the opening towards the shoulders. Take a deep inhale. And release the elbows on the exhale. Draw the belly in, slowly roll up. Shoulders back and down on the exhale. Reach the arms all the way up. Swan dive forward on the exhale. Halfway lift. Inhale, maybe fingertips stay on the mat or on your shins. Fold on your exhale. Plant the hand, step the right foot back. Lower the right knee down. Inhaling, low lunge, lift up. Down dog on the exhale. Plant those hands, step it back. Ripple forward from the belly into plank pose. Inhaling, strong from the belly, strong from the thighs. Down dog, exhale. Right leg up behind you. Inhale, bend the knee, open the hip to the side. Lift the knee a little bit higher. Draw the belly in. Square those shoulders. Breathe into it. Inhale. And the knee to belly, step it through on the exhale. Lower the back knee down. Inhaling. Low lunge. Lift up. Feel into the hip flexor. Walk the right foot forward, maybe more. Release. Forward fold. Step it forward. Halfway lift. Inhaling. And exhale. Rolling up. Inhale. Shoulders back on the exhale. Reach the arms all the way up. Dive forward. Exhale. Halfway lift. In. And fold. Exhale. Plant the hands. Left foot back. Big step back. Maybe walk the right foot forward. Low lunge. Inhale. Now here, hold opposite elbows. Lift up and out of the hips a little bit to be careful for the lower back. And then you can move the elbows back a little bit. Open the chest, breathe into it. Imagine your sternum lifts up. Feel the opening in the shoulders as well as the hip. Relax the jaw, keep breathing. Inhale. And slowly, slowly release. Down dog. Inhale, forward, plank pose. Down dog, exhale. Left leg up behind you. Bend the knee, open up to the side. Breathing into it, inhaling. And with control, square those hips, move the knee to the belly, step the foot through. Lower the right knee down. Maybe walk the left foot forward more. Inhale, lift up. Hold opposite elbows again. And now you change the grip. So it's just that the crossing is a little bit different. And then you open up here again. You lift up and out of the hip a little bit. Move the elbows back. Relax those shoulders. Breathe into it. Reach the sternum up. Relax the shoulders. Feel the opening hips and shoulders. Inhaling. Release. Step it forward. Exhale. Halfway lift in. And fold. Exhale. Rolling up, inhaling. Shoulders back and down on the exhale. Reach the arms all the way up. In. Dive forward. Exhale. Halfway lift. Inhaling. And fold. Exhale. Right foot back. So now here you have a choice. You can move the right knee down again, or you can keep it lifted. And either you come to high lunge or low lunge. You can work from both. Make sure your feet are hip width apart, and then you reach the arms all the way up. Sink a little bit deeper. Reach the back, heel back. Energize the leg if the knee is lifted. Square those hips. Breathe deeply. Inhaling. And then the exhale, you reach the hands back. Interlace your fingers. Opening up here as well. And then lift up and out a little bit. You can have that with the knee down. Sink down a little bit. Feel the strengthening, feel the opening. Inhale, lift up, relax those shoulders. Sink down a tiny bit. Exhale. One more in. And down. Exhale, release the hands. Down onto the mat, into down dog. Forward into plank pose and the inhale. Lower the knees down, all the way down onto your belly. Move the hands onto the floor, elbows point up. Connect the lower body with your floor, with the mat. Lifting up into modified cobra. Inhaling. Exhale, release down. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more. Press yourself up. Feel the opening into the chest, into the shoulder. Exhale, release. Hands underneath the shoulders, tuck the toes, step back, down dog. From here, right leg up behind you. Inhale. Now the leg stays straight. You energize the toes, but you open the hip to the side again. Breathing deeply here. Inhale, lift the leg a little bit higher. Open the hip, feel into the hip opener. Now notice if you can square the shoulders a little bit, but keeping the hip open. Breathing. So the right armpit faces a little bit more down. Lift the leg a little bit higher. Inhale. And then slowly knee to belly, step the foot between your hands. Walk that foot forward. Your choice again, either low lunge or high lunge. Both is possible here. Breathing deeply, inhaling. Exhale. Now release the arms forward. Take your left arm underneath the right. Coming into eagle arms here. Lifting the elbows higher a little bit. Sink a little bit deeper. Lifting up and out of the hip a little bit. Sink a little bit deeper on the exhale. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Notice the balancing. Stay strong. Anytime you can lower the back knee down. Inhale. Exhale. Sink deep. Release your hands. Step it forward. Forward fold. Halfway lift in. And fold on the exhale. Rolling up, inhale. Shoulders back and down on the exhale. Hands onto the belly. Close your eyes. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Open the mouth on the exhale. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, mouth. Few more. Lengthen the breath. Quiet the mind. One more. And then slowly release your hands, reach them all the way up, inhaling. Dive forward on the exhale. Halfway lift in. And fold on the exhale. Step the left foot back. Again, your choice, high or low lunge. Reaching up, inhale. And then exhale, sink deeper, release the hands behind you. Interlace your fingers and then change the crossing again of your fingers. And then you sink a little bit deeper, opening the chest, relax the shoulders back and down. At the same time, you hug the belly in and up, opening up. Inhale, lift up a tiny bit. Sink down a tiny bit, massaging the hip flexor. You can do that in low lunge, inhaling up. Sinking down, exhale, one more in. Exhale, and then slowly release. Hands down to the mat, down dog. Inhale, soft knees, ripple forward into a plank pose. Lower the knees very slowly, slow motion. Roll all the way down. Feet are flat, elbows point back. Hands are underneath the shoulders, maybe back a little bit. Keep the pubic bone connected to the mat. We're using a little bit of our hand strength, our arm strength, pressing ourselves up towards a higher cobra. And then release down. Be very careful for the lower back. Inhale, you'll lift up and open up. Notice the neck. The neck is long. Release down. One more. Inhale, opening up. Use your arms a little bit. Find the opening. Exhale. Release. Tuck the toes. Press back. Down dog. From down dog, lift the left leg up behind you. Open the hip to the side. And then notice what's happening to your left shoulder. Square the shoulders. And so open the space between the shoulder blades as well. Lift the leg higher. Open the hip more. So it's this stance of squaring and opening that we can find a little bit of a twist in the spine. Inhale one more time. Gently, gently shift forward, step the foot through. Maybe lower the back knee down. Lifting up into high or low lunge. Breathing deeply here. Inhale. Release the arms forward and move your right arm underneath the left, coming into eagle arm here. Notice what works for your body. Lifting up and out a little bit. Sinking a little bit deeper. Notice the hips, notice the shoulders. Feel into the balance. Inhale up and a little bit and down a little bit. One more in. And exhale. Slowly release, planting the hands. Step it forward, forward fold. Halfway lift in. And release, exhale. Rolling up, inhale. Shoulders back and down on the exhale. Hands onto the belly. Close your eyes. Breathing deeply. Consciously relax the shoulders more. With the breath, expand the rib cage a little bit more. And then slowly you can open your eyes and you can take your belt. So again, it doesn't have to be a yoga belt. It can be a scarf. It can also be a bathroom belt. And you take the belt in front of you and you want to make it not too narrow. You want to have it wide enough for your shoulders, and you'll notice what you need. You may need to widen them a little bit when we go up, right? So make sure your feet are hip width apart. You connect your lower body and then you lift up. So it doesn't matter how far back you go. Be very careful. So You see what's happening to my lower back and how I'm spilling forward? This is not our aim. Our aim is to stay stable here with, of course, our natural curve, but drawing the belly in, and we open up from here and the shoulders. So you move the arms back, just find your edge. Once you hit your edge, you release the arms forward and down. And notice your belt, and you can pull it apart a little bit. So just strength, right? There's not loose here. You're pulling it aside. So your arms are energized and you lift up with strength. You pull the belt a little bit apart. Doesn't have to be elastic. It's almost better because we have the resistance. And then you move back, you open, you release down, and you exhale. Inhale, you lift up. Move the arms back a little bit. Feel how with every version we feel a little bit more of the opening. Exhale, down. Inhale, you're lifting up. Draw belly in, connect to the belly. Arms back. 2 more. Exhale, down. Inhaling up. And down. 1 more in. And exhale. And now you release. So you hold one side of the belt and you move it to your back. Same things are very similar. You move the arms back and you open here. Again, very careful that you're not collapsing into the lower back. Stay very solid with the belly. Notice the shoulders. Look forward, feel the shoulders. Exhale, release the hands down. Inhale, move the arms back. And release. Also here, you can pull the belt apart a little bit, strengthening at the same time. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more in. Exhale. 1 more in. Exhale. You release. And just take a shoulder roll for a moment, noticing, maybe close your eyes. You keep the belt in one hand. Your feet are still hip width apart. You take the belt again in both hands, reach the arms up. And now you move a little bit from one side to the other, and you also stretch the belt. Come back to center, relax those shoulders. And then over to the other side. Feel the rib cage opening, feel the side stretch. Back to center. And the arms don't have to be far back. You want to feel the opening in the side now. And 1 more on each side. And center. And now you keep the arms high and you twist over to the right side. Also pull the belt apart. Back to center, relax those shoulders. Over to the other side, hug belly in and up. Center, 1 more on each side, twist. Feel the length, feel the twisting. Center, and other side. And then slowly, slowly with your hands still by your belt, you dive forward, exhale. And then you can release the belt, halfway lift, inhaling. And fold on the exhale. Either you can just stay in forward fold or maybe hold opposite elbows. Notice into the shoulders, notice into the space you're creating. Right, for that growth, we also need space so that the growth can happen. And And then slowly, if you're holding your elbows, you can release and plant the hands down onto the mat. Step the right leg back. Coming down towards runner's lunge. If you like, you can place blocks or books underneath your hands. Make sure your feet are hip width apart. Sink the hips down a little bit. Lengthen the spine. Walk the left foot forward maybe a little bit so the ankle is underneath the knee. On the exhale, you lift the hips up. Maybe walk the hands back a little bit. Flex the left foot. Now the right hip wants to open up. Square the hip a little bit. And then from here, reach the chest forward and fold over the left leg. Breathing deeply into it, inhaling, exhaling. Slowly come down towards runner's lunge. Inhale. Hips back and up, flex the front foot on the exhale. One more in. Exhale. Come down, runner's lunge. Inhale. Walk both hands to the center of your mat. Both feet parallel to the short edge. And fold over the legs on the exhale. Halfway lift. Inhale. And fold on the exhale. Now walk the hands towards your right foot. So you're probably facing the back, and then you come into runner's lunge on this side. Sink the hips down. Maybe widen your stand a little bit. Look forward or to the back, depending where you're facing. Lengthen the spine. Inhale, hips up and back. Flex the front foot. Walk the hands back. Notice your left hip, which wants to open up. Square the hip a little bit. Micro bend your right knee. Reach the chest forward towards the knee. It doesn't have to be all the way by your knee. It's more an aim. It's an intention. So that you can find this length. Breathe deeply. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, come down into runner's lunge. Back and up on the exhale. Flex the foot. One more in. Exhale. And inhale. Both hands to the center of your legs. Feet are parallel and you fold at the center of your legs. Halfway lift, inhaling and exhale. Stay here. Maybe move your hands back to the same line as your feet. Elbows point back. Bend your knees a little bit more. Connect the outer edge of your feet with the mat a little bit more and fold even deeper. Honor your body, finding space, find your edge, lift the sit bones a little bit higher. Breathing deeply, inhaling. Exhale, move the hands forward a little bit. Lift up halfway. And then place your hands onto your hips. Very strong, you lift up all the way. Move the heels inside, toes point out. And then you bend the knees, coming towards a little bit of a goddess pose here. So squat, goddess pose, check in with your knees. The knees are not collapsing inside. Take your hands onto your thighs. Help your knees to move outside to feel the hip opener here. Inhaling. Sink a little bit deeper, relax those shoulders, feel the strength. Inhale. On the exhale, right shoulder forward and you twist over to the left. And you can really use your hands to move yourself into twist. Inhale, center. Other side and the exhale. Make it juicy, nice twist. Inhale, center. Other side, twist, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Center on the inhale. Sink deeper, exhale, then press all the way up. Move your feet parallel. Hands onto the hips and then just circle your hips, breathing into it. Other side, circle the hips. Beautiful. And then back to center. Keep your hands onto the hips. Dive forward on the exhale. Release your hands, halfway lift. Inhale. Both hands over to the left side. Both feet point forward, planting the hand, step it back into down dog. And then on the next inhale, you reach the right leg up behind you. Now the hip stays parallel. On the exhale, knee to belly, step the foot between your hands. Lower the back knee down here. And then slowly coming up towards low lunge. Now take your right hand onto the thigh. And you lift the left arm up. There we go. Left arm up. You come up and out a little bit. And then you reach it over. So you relax the shoulders and you just reach your left arm over towards the right. Feel here the side stretch. Breathe deeply. Inhale. Exhale, come back to center. Take your left hand onto the right knee. And then your right arm up. Inhale. And now the right hand comes to your lower back. And then you slowly come towards a twist. So you're not tilting to the side anymore. You're now at center. Oops. And then you slowly come into the twist here, breathing, relaxing the shoulders. And on the next exhale, you slowly, slowly release. Plant the hands down onto the mat and step it back into down dog. Inhaling forward towards up dog variation. Keep the toes tucked, opening up. So our body's nice and warm now. So, but still be careful. Only move as deep as it works for you. Shoulders away from your ears. Strong belly, strong thighs. Take it back. One more inhale, forward up dog variation. Take it back on the exhale. Left leg up behind you on the inhale. Bend the knee, step the foot through. Lower the right knee down. Slowly come up. Now left hand onto the thigh. Reaching the right arm up. And now coming into the side stretch here. And take note if you're rounding your back. It's not about rounding, it's side. So the chest, the heart center almost moves up a little bit. It's all about this side stretch. Feel how the ribs can open. Check in with that front knee. It's not collapsing to the inside. You're keeping it tracking. Right over the ankle, breathe. Inhale. Exhale, come back to center, find center. Reach your right arm higher and then release it down onto your left knee. Relax those shoulders. Left arm high. And then moving into twist. Left hand comes to the lower back. You're twisting over. Notice the spine, keeping the neck soft. Inhaling. Exhaling. And then on the next inhale, you reach both arms all the way up. Release, plant the hands, down dog. Inhale forward into plank pose. Now lower the knees down, sink the hips down, back a little bit, and then lower down onto your forearms. Interlace your fingers. Press your forearms into the mat. Move the elbows a little bit closer. Keep the toes tucked and then lift up into dolphin. Softening the knees, lift the hips higher. Soften the neck, breathe deeply. Inhaling. Exhale. Notice the shoulder opening, breathing deeply here. Inhaling. Exhaling. One more inhale. Lower the knees. Shift the hips back, arms back, child's pose. Feel the shoulders, feel the hips. Feel the back body as well as the front body. And then slowly, slowly, hands to the knees, knees a little bit closer, roll up into rock pose. Sitting on the heels, you can place the blanket between your heels and your buttocks. If that doesn't work for your knees, come into easy pose. Hands onto the thighs, relax the shoulders, breathe deeply. And now you can take your belt again, or your scarf. It's gonna come a little bit closer. So we've done this before. So you take your belt and we're gonna tie it right underneath our breasts. So kind of where the bra strap is, right? Underneath, and you wanna wrap it and tie it as tight as possible. Of course, you still wanna be able to breathe, but you really wanna feel then the resistance. And once you have that, you have your hands on your thighs, you close your eyes. And then on your inhale, you breathe into the strap. And then exhale, you release, you notice the ease of the pressure. Inhale, you breathe in, you expand. And exhale, release. Keep going and really make that breath long and deep. You want to make sure that the belt is not by your belly. It's high up. Inhaling. Really feel the expansion in the side. Few more times. Notice how with each inhale, there is more space, and with each exhale, there is a bigger release. And then one more. And then slowly try to keep your eyes closed. You can release the belt and just let it drop down. And then just let the breath move in and out more naturally. Feel the difference. And then very slowly, you can drop over to one side. I'm gonna try to show you. So you keep the belt. And you take the belt behind you. So the soles of the feet are together. And you take your scarf, your belt, whatever you have, behind you. Now you want to make sure it's not too high up that it's going to push into the lower back. You want to make it quite low, kind of by your tailbone area, by the hip area. And then you take it forward. I have a black strap and black pants. That's such a good combi. You can't see it. And then you take it underneath your feet, right? And if you have a latch, you can latch it, or you can also just tie it on the side. Right? Here we go. So you make it tight. And then from here, you take your hands by your sides and you maybe move the feet forward a little bit and you wiggle yourself back a little bit so that you really feel that pull also from the back, from the feet, right? And what I should have told you before is that you need your blanket. Sorry. Grab your blanket. And then from here, you start to roll back down very carefully onto your blanket. So like we started, but we have that package with the belt, hands onto the belly, or maybe arms overhead. I'm gonna come and see if I can, well, some of you I don't see, but if you have a questions, just raise your hand. And again, you wanna make sure that you're comfortable here. You wanna make sure that the blanket is not too low by your lower back, but also not too high by your shoulders. You wanna have the chest opener. You know, feel into the hips. You can also place something underneath your head if it's too much for your neck. And also your hands can be by your belly if it's too much for the shoulders. If the blanket doesn't work at all, you can do this without. It's a little bit of a wiggling into it, and of course, if it would be in a room, I could come around more easily and help you. But I think you got it. You breathe deeply into the opening. So the hips and the shoulders and the chest are nice and open and warm after the movement and the breath we've done. Few more breath here. Just sink a little bit deeper, allow the opening. And then if your arms are overhead, you release them by your sides. You can move the knees together and roll over to one side, and you can then release the strap so you untangle your feet. And when you're on your side, you can also remove the blanket from behind you and just come back onto your back. And then you draw the knees into the chest, move a little bit from one side to the other. Then we're going to count the stretch, the hip opener. So we had an external hip opener. We're going to just stretch out the outer hip a little bit. So place the right foot onto the left thigh. Either hold your foot and your knee or reach through your legs, interlacing your hands behind your thigh. Feeling into the outer hip, feeling into your seat. Notice how this also releases the lower back a little bit. Make sure your neck is nice and long, the breath moves deep. And then slowly, slowly release and move over to the other side. Place your foot, flex the foot, maybe reach through the legs. Notice again your neck and the lower back, feeling into the hips. Feel into your breath. And then slowly, slowly release. Take your feet down onto the mat. Move your feet as wide as your mat. Reach the arms overhead and then windshield wiper the knees from one side to the other. And next time your knees are on your right side, you stay on the right side. If you like, if it's okay for the lower back, you can place your right foot on top of your left thigh. There is no need but maybe it feels good. Release the foot down onto the mat if it's on the leg. Move the knees back to center and then over to the other side. Again, maybe here, now the left foot, maybe on top of the right thigh, if it feels good. And then back to center, knees to center, and the knees to chest, hands onto the knees. Lift the forehead up to the knees. And then slowly, slowly extend the legs out. Maybe blanket to cover yourself, maybe blanket underneath the knees, maybe put on socks and sweater. Just staying warm, get nice and comfortable. And if your playlist is not at the second last song, Mother's Heart, you can start to play that song. Make yourself feel really comfortable, really cozy. Move your feet and your arms maybe a little bit wider. And then just settle into the relaxation, noticing the space. And feel kind of that setting up, that readiness for this new season. Embracing all the anticipation, maybe also insecurities, the unsureness, but embracing that moving our body and breathing deeper reconnects. It reconnects us to ourselves, makes us feel alive. And moves us from focusing on the outside to focusing on the inside. And in all that, you just relax. Notice the softening in the jaw, in the forehead. Noticing the chest. And allowing your arms and your legs to relax even more. And take a little bit of a deeper inhale through the nose. Opening the mouth on the exhale. Inhale through the nose. Open the mouth on the exhale. One more in. And exhale. Wiggle your toes and your fingers. Move your wrists and your ankles. And draw the knees into your chest. Draw all the way over to one side. And then slowly, with your eyes closed, you can come up into a comfortable seat. Place your hands wherever it feels natural. Keeping your eyes closed to turn the gaze inside. Stay with the breath. And the next inhale, place your hands together, rub your palms, moving the left and the right into center, combining the female and the male, the yin and the yang. Find stillness with your hands at your heart center. Take a deeper inhale through the nose. Open the mouth, exhale. Bow your head towards the heart. Namaste.